English 0365 Weekly Notes, Week 1. My name is Dr. Macarena Aguilar. I am the professor for this course. First of all, let me tell you that I am so glad that you have decided to try the online section of this course. It means that you have fully embraced technology and you're ready to work independently but with a lot of faculty support. I look forward to working with you to develop and enhance your critical thinking and your reading skills. This is the exit level of ESOL reading course, and I wish and hope to see all of you succeed. Like any other course, online courses also need consistency and dedication. Please do not hesitate in resolving your technical and content-related problems as soon as they occur. Please feel free to call the help desk for technical issues and call or email me for all course-related issues. You can call my office 281-290-3927 or email me through this course email. What you're listening right now is the weekly notes right here, and I want you to listen or read every week on Sunday night or Monday morning these notes, as this is what's going to help you navigate successfully throughout the course. Sometimes I'm going to introduce mini lessons in the weekly notes together with help you with organization. Right now we're going to look at the course structure in a minute. I hope that you have the textbooks for the course. I'm going to show you where you find the student profile, the drop boxes, and then a little bit about week 2, which is a lot more common structure. So I would like to show you what the course looks like. This would be the main page. Always look at this part here that says important notice, because this is where if anything is changing or if I want to give some quick information, I normally post it here under news. Another place when you can see it is in the email, but I like to post it under news because here you can see it immediately. During the orientation, I'm going to show you one of the email features because it's not so straightforward, but for now, just know that communicating that any notices are right here in the news. So I want to go here to content. And you will see on the left hand side, these are all the different contents. Of course, you will not see everything at once like I have it here, as I will be opening them weekly. But first of all, you would probably want to look at the syllabus right here. And this is where all of the information about the course is available. I would really advise that you print a copy, maybe not of the whole syllabus, but at least of the contents, of the weekly contents, because that's going to help you keep on track. The other part here, getting started, again, we're going to do this during the orientation, but it's important that you see this. I have here some tips to succeed. This is where the student profile, this is where you're going to give me information about yourself and you're going to send it to me. Here are some suggestions from other online students, and here I have written a course orientation, so the same thing that you are hearing, you can also read about it if you prefer to read. Different people learn different ways, so I'm putting it in two different formats, a reading format and also a listening format, or you can do both. Most of the time the weekly notes are going to be in listening, but sometimes I will read. So if we go here to week 1, you will find the weekly notes right here, and you always want to check that first thing, either Sunday night or Monday morning, because that's going to tell you what you have to do. For this week, it's a little bit different, so we're going to have a diagnostic test, which is due on September 11th. There's 3 dates here that you have to watch out. The first one is the due date. That is when something has to be turned in. The second one is the start date. That's when it opens, and most assignments always open on Sunday morning. I'm opening the assignments at 8 in the morning on Sunday morning because I know that some of you work and Sunday is a good day for you to start. And then when something ends. Most of the time at the beginning of the semester I make something end a day after something is due. In this case I'm giving you here, this is due September 11th and I'm making it end September 14th. This is because this is the first week, so I want to give you a few days, but most of the time things are going to end at the same time that they're due. When it ends means you cannot access it any longer. Here is another assignment. You have to read the syllabus and you have to submit it. How do you submit your work? Through the drop boxes, which I'm going to show you during the orientation, and I'm also going to show you where the drop box is. So here are the questions and you're going to send them in the Dropbox. The other feature of the course is the discussions. Every week you have to complete a discussion. The first week discussion is basically introductions. Next week you're going to do a scavenger hunt. That means you're going to read other people's introductions and you're going to discover who they are. So I gave you an example of an introduction. I introduced myself. You read my introduction and then you send me your own introduction, and you read at least 2 of your classmates' introductions and you respond to them. So that is week 1. Now let's take a quick look at week 2, because week 2 is much more of a typical week. Okay, so this is week 2. So under week 2 you have again the weekly notes, which you have to do on Sunday night or Monday. And then you have some PowerPoints. Every week we have a PowerPoint for the chapter that you're reading that week. I recommend that the first thing that you do before you do anything else, you look at the PowerPoint. So that's going to help you do your preview questions, because every week you have to do preview questions. What are preview questions? Well, we'll take a look at them in a minute. And then there's mini presentations. There's one on mapping, for example, and then there's one here on annotating a text. What is it and how do you do it? And then here are the assignments for the week. So the first assignment is the preview questions. Those are normally due on Monday night. So they're open from Sunday morning, and doesn't mean that you have to do the whole chapter. You took a preview of the chapter and you answer the questions. So the first one is due September 15th, which is a Monday night. They're always due at 11:30. Please don't start doing it at 11:20 or 11:25, because you're not going to have time to submit. When does it start? September 14th, which is a Sunday, 8 a.m. It's due September 15th and it ends September 16th. If you submit it between this time and this time, it means you're late and I will take points away. The next thing that you have is homework from the main reading of the chapter. That homework is usually due on Wednesday nights. So we have Monday night for the preview questions, and then Wednesday night for the reading. This one again, it always starts again on Sunday to give you enough time if you want to work early, and then due on Wednesday, ends on Thursday. The next thing that you have is the discussion. In this case, discussion 2 is normally based on 2 things. On the immigrant advantage, which is the reader that we're using this semester, and on 10 steps. Those are usually due on Friday the first time. Then you have to respond to at least 2 classmates by Saturday. Some of the times you have a second reading which is going to be due on Saturday. This time you don't. But those are normally the assignments that you have due. The other tab that it's important that you see is study help. That study help gives you the answers to the main questions from the book. You can do as many questions as you want to or as you think you need in order to master that particular skill for that week. So the answers are all there. I normally don't post the answers until the end of the week to give you a chance to do it on your own. Now, I mentioned earlier Dropbox. What's a Dropbox? If you go to assessments here, you go to Dropbox. That is where you have the assignment. So for example, the first assignment is Preview Questions Chapter 1. So this is the Dropbox. You are going to see the questions in that particular Dropbox. So let's go here to Content. We are going to see here the preview questions. You're going to open it and you're going to answer the questions. You can do it two different ways. You can do it right here. You can click here and then you can write the answers right there. Or if you prefer, you can add an attachment, and once you add the attachment, you are going to click your button that says submit. I don't have a submit button as a professor, but you have a submit button. If you need to update something, you can click right there. Something else that you have to do every week, and that's on the syllabus, but I normally don't have it here because you don't do it here on D2L, but you do it in the website for the textbook itself. They're mastery tests. So every week you have to go to the website that the textbook provides, and you have to complete a series of mastery tests. Those are usually due on Thursday, and you have to complete them. I go and they are self-corrected. In other words, I just copy the grade that you got for the mastery tests. When we do the orientation face-to-face, I will show you how to register. But for now, remember that you have to complete them. Sometimes, because it's not something you have to do in D2L, some students forget. So make sure that you keep track of that. Good way of keeping track is by looking at your syllabus, and then you just mark things as you do them, and that way you will remember to do them. And I'm not going to tell you what to do each week, as you can see it in your syllabus, but I will record here the notes, and that's going to help you remember some of the things. Well, I hope we have a wonderful class. In getting started, I posted some suggestions that my students gave you from last year. I think you will enjoy the readings, and then I hope that we have a successful class. We have 20 students in this class, and I expect all 20 of you to pass the course. If you have any questions, any difficulties, something you don't understand, I'm just a phone call away. You can welcome to come to my office during office hours, or you can make an appointment if you cannot make the office hours. Have a great semester.